So sky's the limit here. You can use anything that that is based on your research. And the idea here is the more information that you can gather, the better your results will be. So that's the simple part. So data storage. Information can be stored anywhere, pretty much anywhere. Relational databases, flat files. This is possibly the easiest part of this, easiest part. So as long as you have something to store the information, you should be good. But here is the core of everything, analysis. So this is the most important part of the framework, crunching large amounts of data. And the more important thing here is we find relationships within that data. And it is there where we find data more meaningful. And I told you that I won't be talking about algorithms and stuff like that, but I have to just mention a few. So these are some of the things that if you do your data mining research, you'll probably encounter them. So we have k-means, neural networks, support vector machines. We can talk about it, but maybe later, maybe after the talk, if you would like to talk about it. I'd rather not, but if you want. So it's doing this manually, it's not easy. But the thing here is, there's a lot of tools out there that you can actually use. So some of the good data analysis tools that are out there and are free are these. Like I use this a lot. The first one, Text Garden. It's just a group of Windows binaries, like from some university in Slovenia. So it's very, very useful. It's hard to use though. So it takes some stuff to getting used to. So Ontogen, that's very useful too. It has a really nice GUI. And this is actually where I started off using. So I used that first, and that got me going with all this data analysis stuff. And later I'll probably give you some sort of exercise so you can use it after this talk, and hopefully you'll get going with your own research. So the next stuff here is the more popular ones. You probably heard of it, Weka and RapidMiner. So I think that particular picture is actually from RapidMiner. And we have Tanagra, Orange is a Python implementation, Mead, which is more on sentiment analysis, but I'll talk about that later. I don't really use it, but that's something that's up and coming, sentiment analysis. So obviously with all this data analysis, it's always up to us to do the interpretation. I have some samples a little bit later why. Oh, so finally, that ends the concept part of the talk. So as I've said, I'd like to focus on more on applications. So the rest of the talk will be more on applications and what I did using these particular concept. Oh, that was fast. So let's talk about the scenarios now. So I have a number of scenarios that I would like to show you using data mining. So I'll just get this. Yep. I have a couple of scenarios to show you about data mining. So the first and foremost is trends research. That's really my flagship thing. I do a lot of trends research, like finding relationships of different topics over time. So I have two versions of that. One using for information security and another one for information warfare, military intelligence stuff. And the next one is malware taxonomy. It's not really that, what do you call this, exciting, but I started off with that. So that's how I got started with all this data mining stuff. And I think it's the perfect place for you guys to start also if you wanted to do this. So I'll show you that. Sentiment analysis, just because it's the up-and-coming thing today. Then probably if we have time, I have some, it's not security, not even information warfare, but it's opinion polls. That's pretty interesting too. So later, if we have time. So let's talk about trends research. So the thing here, what we're going to do is find increases in chatter. Find increases in chatter, and more importantly, find secondary topics that also increased because of the primary topic. You'll see this more clearly later in the graphs. So, as I've said, we have the framework, right? Data collection, data storage, data analysis, and basically interpretation. Let's start with data collection first. So with this particular project, what I did was just collect information security items. So these could be like news articles, press releases, blogs, forums, whatever. It's really dependent on what you're going to research. And the more information that you gather, the better. For example, here I just use crawlers. Sometimes I manually take them. So it's all depends on how and what your research will be. So data storage, just a simple relational database. I just put it all there. And the thing here, the core, what I used with the data analysis tool is called, I told you a while back, Text Garden. And since this was my very first implementation, it wasn't too fancy. I did the analysis per month. So later version 2 will be daily. So this I did per month. So obviously I have to put it there, the decision making and interpretation. Let me show you something here. Okay, yep. Okay. Okay, this is actually, yep. This is actually an engine running off what I was telling you guys. Unfortunately, it doesn't really fit too well in the screen, right? Oh, yep, there. So, for example, let's do like a quick search. Like, yep. Oops, nope, not that. Okay, let me try one more time. Let's do a quick search. So this, as you can see, these are increases in chatter about, on specific topics, China. So that's the particular topic. So increases in chatter in China. And that's pretty simple. That's really simple to do. Find increases in chatter. Useful, but really simple. The key here, what's the important thing here, is find relationships. Find topics that are related to that increase in chatter. So this is where this thing comes in. So this computer-assisted thing is actually what it does, is it uses the algorithms that's built in there to find relationships, find the secondary topics that were related to those increases. So let's click that one. Okay, pretty, huh? Pretty, but quite confusing. So, yep. So that's it. Let me go back to the slides because it's more clear there. I just wanted to show you that so you'll know that I actually have something working and I'm not inventing all of this up. So here we go. This was what you saw a while ago. So increases in China chatter. So increases in security chatter. And the thing is, like, what other topics are correlated with these activities? So you saw this also, right? So these are the correlated topics. Some are obvious, some are not. But for example, here, one of the correlated activities is nuclear activity. So basing off that, you'll have your hypothesis now. Hacker activity from China, nuclear activity. So where does that get us, right? You track that. This is actually like tracking the two, nuclear activity and hacker activity from China. So as you can see here, yep, there's actually some sort of overlay. Yep. So we all well know, when there is smoke, there's probably fire, right? So that's one thing. And you might be thinking, yeah, I knew that. I knew there was like hacker activity in China. Then that's related with nuclear activity, like nuclear labs and stuff like that. But think about it. It's not that easy for computers. With the human mind, it's pretty cool because we have like intuition, we have hunches. Suddenly we connect one things. It's not easy for computers, and that's what this particular thing does. So let's do something that's a little bit more closer to home. Let's do something about Defcon. Defcon. Yep. Okay, let's try to track chatter